Sup chat, welcome to my YouTube channel, aka my garage. So this is my garage, so this flag back here doesn't have to do with anything we're going to be talking about, but it's just me, it's just my garage, and this is the best place to film this. So I'm Ron with 41 Trading. Been doing reselling for 2 months, done a couple thousand in sales each month, so I'm not too big. I'm not an expert, I'm still learning stuff. But I just wanted to go through some of the stuff that I found this weekend because we had our first short sleeves and short pants weekend, so the garage sales really kicked up and got a really good haul. I wanted to go through and talk about what it is, the price, the potential value, and just show this cool stuff. I think it's cool. Other people might think it's cool. And one of the things I learned when buying is if you buy cool stuff, chances are somebody else thinks it's cool. Somebody else will buy it. But a little bit about 41 Trading. We, the royal we, we resell anything that has value, but we focus on things that we like. Militaria and antiques. Antiques is a very broad category, but obviously you can like that there's a lot more value in those things, at least in terms of dollar value, but also just value in artisanship, craftsmanship. Those things are pretty cool. And this video, just going to go through some of these things I found. And so let's just get into that. This here, $10 Blackhawk backpack. I think it's a Raptor X1. Never been used. Drinking straw still in plastic on the Camelback or whatever knockoff Camelback it is. I thought it was just a cheap tactical Chinese backpack. So I passed it for $10, and then I went and got down the street and was like, let me pull that up on eBay. And it's maybe resellable for $75 to $100. Don't know what shipping's going to be. It's kind of a big shape, especially with all the little doodads hanging off of it. And it's got some damage here. I don't know if you could call it damage. It looks like some sort of powder, like Gold Bond body powder or baby powder or something got into it. Might rub off, might wash out. I don't think it's paint or anything permanent, so that might be a nice little flip. And yeah, I literally turned around and went back and got it for the third time. Because the first time I had the address wrong, and I'm looking on the right side of the street, and it's on the left. So I circle around, and now I'm looking left because I'm like, I thought it was on the right side of the street. I'm going the other way. And I stopped when I got to the end of the street and looked, and I'm like, oh, it's 813, not 814. So I got to go back. And first thing I picked up was a box of stuff that's at the bottom here. We'll get to that. But another thing, this was from the last place I went to, and I was not going to go because I was like, man, I'm at the end of the day. Chances are this is going to be a bust. God damn it, I'm out of frame. So I shouldn't swear. That's not cool. Yeah, last place I went to, and it was a big win. So I got these Army combat shirts. It is, at first I didn't think they were military issue, military surplus, but it's got an NSN number on their national stock number, so that is legit military surplus. In my opinion, I don't. If it has an NSN number, that's surplus to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments. $1 a piece. I got 2 of those XLs. One place I found, just driving by and saw a sign, so I figured, okay, I'll stop there. I had decided to plan everything out on Friday night, so I thought I knew where all the garage sales were. Didn't know about this one. It was worth a stop. $1 woodland poncho. No holes, pretty good condition. Got that nice milsurp smell to it. Let's see, we got Navy utility work pants. Not a very valuable flip, but for $1 a piece, you can buy that. Same with this, $1. It's got some insignia on there, which is maybe worth a little something. And let's see, we've got a Woolrich shirt. I don't normally do regular clothing. I know Woolrich is a good brand. I don't know how old this is. I haven't researched the tag. $5, no holes, got all the buttons. Hopefully that flips nicely. Let's see, we got Goodwill stuff here. Normally don't do Goodwill stuff because it's kind of overpriced and, well, not overpriced, but it's priced where it doesn't give you a lot of margin. But I think for a lot of this, even contemporary militaria, people pay over $20 for this kind of stuff, so you get it under $10. Take a shot. I forget the Polar Tech type fleece, military, $7. Well, actually, I don't think that one's technically Polar Tech. This one's Polar Tech. Just another fleece with the kangaroo pouch. $9. That one's kind of iffy, but I think because of the Polar Tech name, it might go for a little bit more. This is pretty interesting. So I learned about these from PNW Gorilla, these knit waffle top Marine Corps things. This one is interesting though, because it is not a frog. It's not flame resistant original gangsta, and it has no kangaroo pouch. So I don't know much about these. Maybe these are earlier iterations of them. Got an SN number. It's surplus. It's not some commercial knockoff of a waffle knit. Only example I could find was $30, which the frog ones go for 30 plus, 35, 36 with shipping. So I figure for $9, the nice thing about these, you can ship them cheap in a poly mailer, so worth taking a chance. And if it doesn't work out, you live and let die. I think that's what they say. I don't know what I'm supposed to learn from that saying, but anyway, this was interesting. I didn't know about these waffle knit long johns. What were these? $5 a piece. So see how those flip. I've never seen them before. No idea what the price is. Decent size, I think. Large regular. Yep. BDU blouse or coat, whatever, warm weather. $7. Sell it for $19.99 plus shipping. You make a little bit of money even after fees on that. See, this is a good one. All right, now we're into that box of stuff. $8 for the whole box. Some Vietnam pouches and accessories in there. There's some Woodland pouch accessories in there if you want to LARP the invasion of Grenada. But all these accessories, they're usually $10 plus. Maybe $20, maybe $25. This thing goes for $50. I had no idea. I knew it was Vietnam. You can tell by the Alice clips. It's the field pack, the butt pack on the LBE system. Wasn't really aware of what it was at first. I guess because you don't see them very often. Maybe that's why they're $50 a piece. I thought it might be a gas mask pouch or something, because you got a sort of rubberized interior. Odd thing is, the rubberized interior is only on sides. It doesn't go to the bottom. Interesting design choice. So that's cool. That might go in the personal collection, because I got a lot of LBE stuff. I don't have one of these. Let's see. So yeah, you made the $5 right there on that one item. Or made the $8 back on that one item. LBE suspenders, ammo pouches with grenade pouches, M16 30 round, 5 of them, LARP the invasion of Grenada, fun time, most aesthetic, arguably, camo, 9mm, all that for $8. Got this for $8 too. I don't know, Ninja Tactical Mall Cop stuff. I don't know. Sell it. Somebody will buy it. All right. That's all but the last two things. So, also from the last place I went to, where I got those Army combat shirts, big pile of clothes for $1, mostly women's stuff, blouses and whatever. And I see this peeking through. You just look at this color and that fabric, the way it's sewn, what do they call that? The weave of it. You go, that looks odd. I've seen that color somewhere. That weave, it's different. It's not something you just wear. So I gotta pull it out and look at it. I'm like, okay, that's a Wildland Firefighter's jacket. How often are you gonna see one of those for $1? I took it. Figured sell it for $50 or whatever. These, because they're Nomex, my best guess, because of it being Nomex, that sets the cost of production on these things is probably very high, which sets a good floor on the secondary market for these things. $150. No holes. It's got some stains on this one. This is the better condition one. This is the worst condition one. XL, heavily used. The other one is, probably as close to new as you can get for an item that's used in wildland firefighting. No stains, no holes, all Velcro there. So that is probably the best find because of its value to weight ratio. Easy to ship, cheap to store. I can fold it up in a plastic poly bag and just have it ready to ship. But the reason maybe it's first, maybe it's second, it's hard to say. What might be tied for number one is this over here, which is a sleeping bag, but it's kind of a special sleeping bag because it's from World War II. It's an Arctic bag. You can tell kind of by the size of the fill. It's thick, it's Arctic, and it's marked Arctic, so that's also a good hint. But, if you know these sleeping bags, Arctic's going to be 150, 200, maybe 300. I haven't really looked at the sales prices and what part of that value is shipping versus the actual item, because it might cost $100 to ship one of these things. So this is not just any Arctic. This is U.S. Army Air Forces. This is, pre-1949? I think Air Force was created 49. So Army Air Forces, excellent condition. Downfill, I might make this a personal sleeping bag for if we ever have a winter again. And sell my other Arctic sleeping bag just because this is so cool with this Army Air Forces stencil. $50 for that. The person who sold it got it for free for cleaning out some landlord's rental property. So, you could probably haggle on these. One of these I haggled from, it didn't even have to haggle. It had been sitting in Goodwill for 6 months. They were happy to take 35 instead of 50 for it. Anyway, I saw this, Army Air Forces, no questions asked. I'm buying it for $50. Probably sell it for $200-300 if I sell it. It was really great. It was a vintage market where usually it's modern contemporary stuff. People make little crafts. They make their candles. They do whatever. They do their whittling. They carve stuff, whatever. You usually don't find anything, but $5 to get in, and it was worth it to find this amazing sleeping bag. So I hope you find this stuff as cool as I did, and maybe we'll come back with another video on the success of these sales and see what happened. Maybe we can even talk about some of this other stuff that I've collected over the last almost 9 months, almost a year. I've been selling for 2 months, but it took me a long time to get going. I've been sourcing for 9, almost a year. So maybe we'll go through some of these things, show these off, because they're pretty cool too. You don't see much of this stuff day to day, unless you're doing this stuff day to day. I mean, I'm seeing a lot more of it on a weekly basis now that I'm doing reselling and collecting and antiquing and garage sailing and thrifting and whatever you want to call it. So, anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next time.